up, then we'll get going. All right, here we go. So, welcome to another exciting edition of Utopia News. This is a special feature, your host Wind, for honor, for glory, or for gains, featuring Enigma. Now, I have my special guest joining here in the Discord channel of Muga, Leitrim, as he's known, one of the Enigma members, and he's going to tell us a little bit about exactly what Enigma is all about and what kind of kingdom they are, and kind of a little bit about their history, so everyone has a little bit better idea. As I said, this is something we're currently working on with the Writers Guild, so a lot of kingdoms, whoever wants to come forward and share their stories about their ages, we're going to be writing literally books and short stories about this kind of stuff, and going to be pumping up some of the Utopia fluff. So hopefully we can get enough data and information from all the kingdoms so we can piece you guys together and make you part of Utopia history. So we're joined today with my guest here from Enigma, Leitrim. How are you today, sir?
Good, thanks. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Yeah, and I know I haven't been around for a long time to do too many workcasts, but hopefully now that I passed through COVID and whatnot and got this microphone set up, everything should be a lot better. So enough about me. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Leitrim? Were you always an Enigma? How did you start playing Utopia?
Okay. So I guess I'm probably like a lot of folks around Utopia. I played a lot when I was younger. I'm in my mid-30s now, so I played a lot when I was a teenager, I guess, or in my 20s, and went away from the game for a long time, and I guess I came back near about age 70, 77, 78, something like that, and found a lot of people like myself had done the exact same thing. So I guess that's I was always in Enigma. I guess I was, yeah. I suppose Enigma started only in age 88. We came together from a few different kingdoms before that. The core of us were originally from Void, and the Void, I guess, started back in age 74 or so and went for about 10 ages.
I do remember
so
that,
yeah. So I guess I joined the Void maybe about 3 ages in, and I've been playing with those same core group of guys ever since that. About 7 or 8 of us, when the Void sort of disbanded, 7 or 8 of us kind of stuck together, and we roamed around a bit until we, I suppose, got the energy to start up a new kingdom again, and that was Enigma, and that was age 88.
Awesome. And what other, I mean, obviously it wasn't just I think you said it was a group of you. Who else joined you? Was it just a bunch of randoms that filled in the ranks over the ages, or did you end up merging with anybody else?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was originally planned when we, a core of us joined Ronan's actually for 2 ages, and then Ronan's disbanded. So actually, the same core of us stuck together and just went off ourselves. And the initial plan was, look, we're going to start a kingdom with like 10, 12, and just recruit from there. But sort of by accident, we merged with H-Town boys, and we merged with Battlehammer boys. So there was we ended up kind of starting off with a whole kingdom, with a like 24-man kingdom made of sort of a merger of 3 of Battlehammer and H-Town boys, and that went well for a couple of ages. But as mergers tend to go, if you fall out with one guy, then that whole group goes,
Exactly.
they kind of tend to stick together, and they head off. And then it was just from there. It was sort of one by one recruitment and that, until we got a group that we at the moment we seem pretty happy. We're a pretty solid group of guys, and we've been playing for the last 3 or 4 ages with very little movement. So it's good.
That's awesome, man. So it's a nice little history about yourself there in the kingdom. I think a lot of people can relate to that specific story. I know myself, I've been through a few different merges just to see how things would go. And as you said, people tend to leave after one age, or sometimes through the middle of the age, and take another group of players with them as well. That can always be frustrating. But in your opinion, what would you say it takes to run a successful kingdom?
Well, I guess it depends what you mean by success. I mean, if you're talking crowns and glory and all that, I, I guess we don't really know. Enigma, as it stands, have only taken one crown. That was our war win crown last age. Success to us is, enjoyment. I guess success to us is coming back age after age, keeping our members, keeping our kingdom mates, and um,
Yeah, exactly. So I think more specifically what I meant is like, no, I guess what does it take to
wins.
maintain like a successful kingdom? That I mean, not just one that's able to operate age over age without losing enough members to make a real show of force in the world.
I suppose it takes a good understanding of balance.
Absolutely, yeah, and it comes down to players' time, leadership's time, as well as everybody's ability. I mean, certain people like playing certain combos, and to be honest, I've witnessed firsthand how in not getting to play that combo, makes them an average or mediocre player because they're playing something they really hated at that age. I mean, it's all about a
Apologies,
team game.
Win. I'm breaking up here.
Yeah, that might happen from time to time, but just let me know when it does, and we'll make sure that we don't miss anything here. So you kind of touched on it a little bit, but how do you get your players coming back age over age? Oh, looks like we're having a little bit of a connection issue, but hopefully he'll be back shortly. Welcome, Wacko, to the conversation. Again, everyone who's just joining, this is the part of the For Honor, For Glory, For Gains special feature. Currently, we have Leitrim having some technical difficulties, however, representing Enigma. Oops, it looks like there's actually a Discord error right now. That's very unfortunate, at least on my end here. Definitely still broadcasting to YouTube, so hopefully Discord comes back. That's very strange. Seems like the rest of Discord is currently functioning. I wonder if it's just my connection. Oh, there we go. Back in it. Okay, hold on a second. We are going to have to redo this, I
Hello?
think. Let me just hold on a second, guys. Uh-oh, can't get back into the talking position again. Okay, let's see if I can put my hand up. There we go. Hey, can you hear me again, Leitrim?
Yeah.
Perfect, yeah. It seems like there was a Discord disconnect or something like that that had happened. Yeah, it wasn't just on your end. Like, it was something with the Discord server itself, because I got disconnected too. So yeah, what is it that keeps your players coming back to Enigma? Because I mean, one of the big struggles is a lot of kingdoms are saying it's hard to retain more than 20 plus players.
Yeah, I think what our leadership guys, and I don't count myself in one of those. I've taken a bit of a step back from leadership, but the guys in our leadership.
Oops, seems like I lost you again there, Leitrim. Right when you were saying something about the guys in your leadership. Discord is really not having a good time today. Yeah, Discord is having some troubles here. I think, and Leitrim is also having connection troubles. This is probably a whole server-wide thing. I wouldn't be surprised. Discord, of course, always has problems whenever you try to do anything, right? But yeah, as soon as Leitrim manages to get reconnected again, it seems like we may have some intermittent Discord issues here.
Yep.
Oh, I just heard something. Oh, maybe just need a little bit more time. But thanks everyone for joining. Paolo, welcome. Hey, Leitrim, you're back again. Yeah, I think we're having some intermittent issues with Discord here.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
Yeah, yeah, no
Um,
problem. So, what were you saying about the leadership guys?
Excuse me.
We were talking about what keeps the players coming back age over age.
Yeah, I was saying I was talking for like 2 minutes, but
Oh
nobody hear
shoot!
me. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
No, I guess what I was saying is, it's finding that balance. It's that work life balance and understanding that you want to get performance, you want to get wins, and that. But we understand that real life is more important. And we try to have fun, but we try not to lose any sleep. So I think players kind of stick around because they have that. They know that there's no pressure. They can play at as high a level as they like. But if they know that if the demands are too much, they can set sitter, they can set mentor, and they can take a break. You know.
yeah. It's important to have that mentor and sitting ability. I mean, that's a vital thing I think for a lot of the warring kingdoms, especially anyone running with avians, for instance, or anybody running high racks. That's barracks.
Yeah.
So awesome. How do you guys pick a leader? Like, do you guys just have a certain monarch that runs the show all the time, and then kind of like war leaders, or what's your setup there?
Yeah. We've stuck with our same leader. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Brava's been our monarch for as long as I can remember. Even right back as far as the Void days, he's been monarch. We've got Twisting. He's our main strategist, and these guys. I mean, I'd follow them wherever. Brava, he's so he's got a cool head. He does Diplo really well. He tells me when I'm being an ass. He calls me, but I do the bad cop sort of stuff. I tell people when their bills are all over the place, or if they're missing wave times, or if they're whatever, and he tells me to cool it. But I think it works well. He's everybody looks up to him. Everybody appreciates the work he does and the time he puts in. I spent some time on leadership council, but it's just so demanding. It just takes so much time. So I have huge respect for anybody who runs a kingdom, who plans a war, who does recruitment, who does all that stuff, so that the rest of us can enjoy the game. I have to say I really appreciate anybody who puts that time in, because I did it for a while, and I see what it's like, and it's tough.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, any leader will pretty much tell you the same story. I mean, it is a lot of work, not just planning it, but mobilizing all. Let's say, for argument's sake, there's 25 players in the kingdom, but all 24 players, including like plus yourself.
Yeah.
It's no easy task, especially when you have to coordinate across the world. With people in Asia, for instance, or even in Europe. I mean, that
Oh,
six
for
to
sure.
12 hours can make a huge difference for people in North America. But at the same granted token, it's nice having those Asia players, because you've got coverage night and day, pretty much around the
Absolutely.
clock. So I've seen a lot of successful warring kingdoms. Either they've either got a nice balance of players around the world, or they're leveraging their mentor and sitting correctly, because there are a
Yeah.
bunch of kingdoms that are just North American based or just European based. I'm not sure if there's still any 100% Asia based kingdoms anymore, but I'm sure there's got to be one kicking around there somewhere. Welcome Zen into the discussion. Of course, anyone, if you have any questions at any point, feel free to raise your hand, and you can definitely ask some questions. As long as you keep it respectful, of course. We don't want anything crazy going down, and we do want to get through this podcast in a reasonable amount of time. So, keep that in mind. If you do want to ask any questions, we're both here to answer as best we can. So, what does it mean to Enigma to be a successful kingdom? Like, what are your goals generally for the age?
I'm sorry. The connection's just not great. Can you just repeat that, please?
Yeah, you know what? It looks like we're losing a bit of power here on Muga's side. There we go. Okay, so what does it take in Enigma's eyes to be a successful kingdom? Like, what is Enigma trying to achieve?
I think it's sort of it's stated each age at the start of the age that our goal is always to win wars, without losing sleep. It's We want to war as much as possible, and we want to win as many of those wars as possible. And that's what it comes down to. Really, it's not about crowns for us. It's about, warring. To us, I think all 25 of us want to be in war at all times.
So
You know,
I guess this is where the title comes in now. Would you say Enigma fights for honor, glory, or gains?
glory. I think it's glory. I mean, we seldom target major honor. Okay, that honor comes with war wins, comes with fighting well, but for us, it's glory. I think at the end of the day, it's war wins for us. It's outthinking your opponent. It's strategizing better than the opponent, and then it's carrying out that plan better than the opponent.
Yeah,
It's
that's an
you
awesome
know
way to look at
we
it
just
for sure.
we just can't wait until that other team withdraws. Until that other kingdom withdraws. It's yeah. I mean, in a strategy game, it's all about who's got the best strategy, and um, I think in a game like this, you can't pick one strategy and use that against every opponent. You've got to change up your strategy based on what you see in front of you. So
Absolutely, I know 100%. And I mean, there is some merit, don't get me wrong, to sticking to a single strategy. I mean, kingdoms who stick to the same strategy age over age, I mean, they can be identified sometimes easily because of that. However, it makes for a very strong, cohesive kingdom, especially if players aren't all kind of at the same level. After a number of ages of constantly doing the same processes, like having a nightmare run or a night strike run to open up your war, for instance,
yeah,
or a fireball. I mean, you
yeah. I guess
usually start with limited resources no matter what. You could have a lot of like a mixture of everything, but that just compounds the level of leadership skill required to run it like properly.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess it's it can lead to boredom as well if you pick that same strategy over and over again. You know, I think our guys, our kingdom mates, they don't come on just to push buttons and to follow blindly. And we do try to allow everybody to think. Allow everybody to have some say in their build strategy, have some say in their targeting, and we don't just call hits and have guys push buttons. I mean,
Yeah,
I've been
absolutely.
in kingdoms that do that, and that's fine, and that works sometimes if you've got leadership who can give 24 hours a day to picking targets and to running all sorts of strats, and but that's not really for us. We're more of a kind of a free thinking kind of a kingdom.
Absolutely, and that's kind of you want to have a fluid kingdom. I mean, it's nice when you have you're in total control and you have dominion over your kingdom because you are able to put the 24 hours in as a single leader, for instance. I mean, because it is possible to lead a 25-person kingdom, including yourself, as being
Hmm.
the monarch and war leader and doing all the strategy and planning and waves and everything. It is possible. Might not be the ideal situation for many people, especially since most of us have at least a Monday to Friday 8 to 9 hour job, something like that, and some of us even work weekends as well. So it's not like and some jobs you might be able to get away with doing it once in a while, but it would be hard to. I can't think of too many real jobs that you could literally stop every 3 to 6 hours or however many times you need to log in to complete your strategy. Just to get that done. I mean, you definitely need help. I don't think there's too many players just sitting around, just checking out. All they're doing is playing Utopia all day. So I know exactly what you mean. But you mentioned earlier about your first crown being last stage. How exciting was that for you? I mean, you kind of said that warring and glory is more important, but how good was that for your guys' morale and the kingdom overall to get that war win crown? Looks like we're having another Discord special moment here. Just everyone hang tight. Leitrim should be back shortly. Hopefully, we're not running into the situation where it's just not connecting properly because it looks like Muga is having some trouble with Discord right now. The voice
Hello.
connection.
Yeah, I think I got you back now.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. It looks like there's there's some latency issues definitely with the channel. This doesn't look good on my end. But how exciting was that Crown War victory that you got last stage? Jeez, on my side it says 5,000.
You there now?
Yeah, I got you here. It seems like we're having some trouble with the Discord server. There's definitely some problems with things. There we go. It looks like we're back again. Are you able to hear me, Leitrim?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here.
perfect. So how exciting was that War Crown last stage for you guys?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we were chuffed with it, to be honest. I mean, it was age 78 was the last time we almost, the void was there in age 78, and we were just pipped at the post by Barco. And I mean, it would have been a long time since we even targeted a crown. We always, as I said, we just go to win wars. We try to win as many wars as possible. But yeah, when it became a possibility, there were definitely some of us were very, very keen to see what we could do and see if we could crown. And yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see a result for the hard work, particularly again Brava there, just untwisting, I suppose. But
yeah, no, that's amazing. I know I know exactly what you mean as well. It's hard, you're fighting for age over age, constantly having good and lots of wars, always showing up in the top 10, but never really able to take that crown. There's a lot of kingdoms out there that definitely don't make that easy age over age. I mean, I can think of a few such as Emirati, Merciless, Warbirds, as well as Atlas, and even yourselves who are out there, that everyone kind of has to be aware of. And there's others that I didn't mention as well, but they're all gunning for kind of like a top 5 or top 10 finish at least, and that's where they want to be every age. I mean, that's their goal. So I mean, everyone else has to be able to compete with that, and being able to pull off that victory finally affirms what you've been working for so hard. And you'll even see people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You'll even see people.
It's that feel good thing towards the end of the age, and then it encourages people to come back for the next stage to and to get involved in that race personality debate and what's going to happen, and it does keep people interested, and it makes recruitment a lot easier, obviously. So
there's a question we've got here from the YouTube chat. It says, given the same person has been your king for the most part, how many Provs leaders actually read, not just look at intel and contribute? Well, I can say from my past experience that there's been times where... I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a whole council there. We've got definitely 10 Provs who will look at intel, who will identify NS targets, who will identify prop targets, who will identify chain targets and fireball targets, all of that stuff. So we as I said, we've got a lot of guys there who definitely think for themselves, who don't just log on and ask for orders. We got those guys too, but you need all sorts in the kingdom. But we've got a fair few high performing provinces there who will actively contribute to war and contribute to different strategies or even just different target selection.
Yeah, and I would say that's that in any kingdom is what I would call your veteran players. Those are players who maybe have had leadership roles, leadership experience in the past, running waves, running wars. They basically whatever situation comes up, you could ask them, they can answer that question. Again, they're looking at intel, they're pointing things out, they're following the strategy, they understand the strategy without even being in the leadership channels. There are these players out there, and I think a lot of kingdoms do have them, and they're definitely lucky to have those players, especially the monarchs.
It's really important to have those players that question the strat. So orders come out for the start of war, and you've got those guys in the channel, and they're saying, why not? Why target him? Why not target him? And you need to have that conversation, and that's always been welcomed, I think, by our leadership, and that's what makes our leadership so effective. Is that they always take those questions. They always they're never afraid to be questioned on these things, and then to, I suppose, explain their thinking, the rationale for things, and that's what makes us all better players. Is that discussion and discourse about strategy, and it helps people think and helps people to learn about the game a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, now keep in mind, community out there, we're not telling you now to go and question every single decision that your leadership making.
No,
But
no.
again, these are some nice players to have around. That's for sure. Especially when they back down after explaining their point of view, and they're still willing to go along with the team. I mean, that's a huge. A huge thing as well, because there are those players who will just say, "Oh, your guys' strategy's terrible. This is what you should do instead." Blah blah blah. I'm gonna do it, but I'm not happy about it. So
Yeah,
it's nice to have those understanding players in your kingdom. Definitely makes it easier for leadership. That's for sure. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, no, that's awesome. What about your guys' Discord server though? I don't think I've ever been there, but how does that? Is it like open to the public, or do you just kind of keep whoever your
Well,
past players
I
have
guess
been?
our dirty little secret is that we're a WhatsApp kingdom.
Oh my god, that's amazing that you guys are functioning so well with just WhatsApp. It's maddening how many
Yeah,
messages I get from
so we're
that.
not just WhatsApp. We do have a Discord server, but it's 95% WhatsApp.
Wow.
And it comes and it comes up in our chat every year, or every age. We've got people who go, why are we still using WhatsApp, and their Discord for life and all of that. But we've got our main leadership guys who work in particular environments that Discord is either blocked or banned or whatever, and it's
Right.
just they don't have Discord access all the time, so we work out of WhatsApp. And
Wow.
yeah, so that's as I say, that's our dirty little secret.
That's really cool. I know there are
But
some other kingdoms that actually that use WhatsApp, and some of them don't even use Discord at all, actually. But yeah, I'm always amazed that functions so well. You definitely have to have a team that knows how to work together, understands the
yeah.
strategy, because that can get
However,
very messy
we do have
sometimes.
our resident tech guy. You're probably aware of his work is Spooky Cookie. So
Oh yeah.
he's one of our guys, and he has set up a WhatsApp Discord link, so
Oh
the people
nice.
who prefer Discord can still communicate to our WhatsApp guys and
Uh,
that. But
that's cool.
it does have its challenges, but if used properly, it works just as well.
Absolutely, and it's definitely nice having that technical support. I know a lot of kingdoms who have a technical person, who does stuff like that, or even someone who can build and manage sheets in Google or Excel. I mean, that's a huge asset to
Yeah,
have on your
you
team.
need that.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And especially when the game first started, it was all about secret spreadsheets and building your own knowledge system and not really sharing with anybody. I mean, the game's evolved a lot since the olden times. Even in the '70s, people were very close guarded of their sheets and little calculations. Even the elite training calculator that you can get on KAGGES website, or you could get it from GIMS as well. Looks like we're losing a little bit of
Yeah.
Muga connection here. It's interesting. Discord drops the voice channel a little bit from time to time. But anyway, I think that pretty much covers most of the topics that we wanted to
Yeah,
talk
we
about
do have
today.
we've got our obviously, as I said, our tech guy in Spooky Cookie, but also twisting.
Yeah, you mentioned he's like your strategy guy, so I would imagine he's probably got some interesting sheets or some Excel spreadsheets for sure that helps him figure stuff out. It looks like we're getting some more of that intermittent Discord issues again. I'm gonna have to report this to Discord to see what if there's anything that they can do, because it looks like we've got an outbound packet loss of about 90% according to this thing. But no worries there, because it is being recorded all on YouTube and on my end here. So anything that's voiced over Discord, if it's seen here, it will be seen and heard later for everyone on YouTube. So did you have any messages for the community, Leitrim, or any shout outs you want to do to your kingdom or any other kingdoms currently out there right now? Or maybe you want to talk a bit of smack
Um,
about someone who's dodging a war right now?
no, no, this whole war dodging thing. I mean, look, every kingdom is uh, wants to war either on equal terms or with some sort of an upper hand. And nobody's going to walk into a war that that they're certain to lose, unless they're in a situation that they can't get out of. No, I enjoy all the back and forth on Utopia chat and the banter and people, having a go at each other. It sparks up interest. It gets people talking, and more people talking about Utopia, that means the more players. So what we need is more players, and we need to keep the players we have, and we need to get more players. That's what it's all about, really. But yeah, it's just to have as much fun as you can while you're doing it, and enjoy your kingdom mates. And what a great way to spend a couple of hours in an evening planning a war or waving or trying to protect your province from dying because you just got chained. So
yeah.
Shout out, of course, to all the guys in Enigma, and I'm not going to name anybody in particular because I'll get given out to when I go back. But yeah, look, and thanks very much to yourself. I think you're doing a great job with all this, with the chat, with the warcasts. Our guys love hearing about our wars on your warcast and predictions and all that. So keep up the good work.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leitrim, and thank you everyone who joined us here today. Currently we have in the audience Paulo, Tom, Zandon, and Fisher, and a few others, including like Wacko, who left earlier. Thanks so much everyone for joining. Thanks, Leitrim. I'm going to open up the floor here for the next 60 seconds. If anyone in the current audience wants to ask a question, you just have to raise your hand using the buttons below, and once it's granted, there's a little green box that pops up on your screen, and you click that and you can actually start talking. So I'll give you guys a few minutes now just to, if you guys want to ask any questions. I'm just going to scroll through the chats to see if there's anything interesting going on, or if someone has messaged me or asked any other questions. It looks like it's mostly just Tom talking in the rooms. I'm going to swing back and see if anyone's put their hand up. Doesn't look like we got Aliquip here. Aliquip, if you want, this is a question period, so if you'd like, you can raise your hand and you can ask any questions. Oh, but there he goes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much, Leitrim, for joining me. And again, thank you for everyone who came into the audience for this special edition of For Honor, For Glory, For Gains, featuring Enigma and Leitrim. Thanks so much for joining me, Leitrim, and everyone else. Have a great day.
Take care. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone. And be sure to look out on Monday. We got a new cast coming up with David C. We're going to look at the Great Utopian War again. Genesis is supposed to be running to test some of the mechanics there, so hopefully everything goes smoothly and we can get to that Great Utopian War sooner than later. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.